Welcome back, gods and goddesses, to the Gifted Goddess channel, where I channel my gifts for the collective advantage. And I encourage you to not only seek your gifts, but to find meaningful ways to employ them in any way they or the Most High deem fit. Welcome back. Remember, if this channel found you, you are in divine alignment. You have stepped into your path of ascension, perhaps your purpose. You're no longer living life in autopilot. You have taken the reins of your life and jumped in the driver's seat of your vehicle. Your chariot awaits. Okay, collective, today is technically January 2nd, 2026. Remember, these messages are timeless. It is 3:15 a.m. Okay, it was 5:50 on my spiritual clock when I started, so heavy changes coming through. Divinely aligned changes coming through, okay? So let's take care of the business end first, okay? So we can get that out of the way so it's not a disturbance to the reading. 316 is definitely significant. A Bible scripture, okay? Or a birthday. Okay, so you could be someone who's heavily religious, reads the Bible, on your spiritual path and journey, and the Bible is kind of your I'm hearing crutch. So someone could be Christian, okay? Just embrace the journey and the path as it unfolds in front of you and continue taking the steps forward where you are guided to go, okay? Wherever that may lead you, okay? Something about 651 could be significant, or 615, a Gemini could be significant, twin significant. So let's take care of the business first so we can get right into the energy. Hello, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome. We welcome you with love and light to the space. If you are returning, welcome back, gods and goddesses. Thank you for returning. Thank you for tuning in and tapping in with the collective to receive these divinely guided, downloaded messages in whatever way they came through. Okay, so if you're new here, sometimes it may be cards, sometimes it is direct readings and channelings that I get and receive for the collective. It could be music, it could be a book. You just never know, okay? So welcome. It's kind of a wild ride on the Magic School Bus with your spiritual Miss Frizzle, okay? So some things I have available for you on this journey, okay? As I always guide you to do, tap into your gifts and use them for the collective advantage. It's 555 on my spiritual clock as I say this. Use whatever gifts you have to uplift the world, to contribute to the positivity of humanity. That's what I mean when I say use them to the collective advantage. So no, not everyone is a reader, a tarot card, I'm hearing dealer, anything of that nature, okay? Sometimes you're meant to be a teacher, a healer, a scholar, a great thinker, an artist, a painter, a creator, a composer, a musician, okay? All of those are significant, okay? Something about tea is significant. You could be a tea drinker, okay? Perhaps you want to make your own tea. Your name could start with T. TEA, those initials are significant. Okay, we already got messages trying to pop through. So let me do the business end. I have created for you guys a series of journals to aid on the path of ascension, okay? So if you're here, I'm confident that you are on that path toward your purpose, toward the destination of destiny. That's why we are all here collectively gathering on this channel. If you feel inclined to seek out enlightenment and dive into the deeper knowledge of things, right? Check out my other channel on YouTube, Truth Be Told Podcast 33, where I dive into the where I break down and kind of give my perspective and opinions, okay, on philosophy, religion, relationships, the whole nine. It's a plethora of information over there. Definitely things that are fact based. I'm always clear about what's opinion based, okay? So check out Truth Be Told Podcast 33 for continuing on the path of enlightenment, okay? The journals now are all on Amazon. I will always link them down below in the comment section. They'll be pinned to the top. The first one is the Heart Work Journal, and that is an essential tool in the process of ascension, okay? You cannot ascend yourself with a blocked heart chakra, okay? It is imperative to unblock the heart chakra to allow that life force energy to flow, okay? That chi to flow through the body effortlessly, okay? Seamlessly through the body and system so you can continue unblocking the rest of the chakras, okay? I'm here specifically the sacral system, okay? To help you confidently raise your vibration, opening up chakra after chakra until you reach your crown consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, opening that third eye so you can then illuminate your star power, your star chakra, okay? And tapping into your star power or your star player, as Cat Williams would say. Okay, so Virgos can be significant. We're heavily Virgo coded over here, okay? So just know that if I don't mention Virgo, it's probably implied somewhere, okay? Not explicitly. So something isn't explicitly expressed, but it's implied. Okay, so let's continue. I'm picking up that's in a love situation. Let's continue. So the next journal I have is the Dreamcatcher Journal. That is a journal dedicated to documenting your dreams more detailed. That is dedicated to helping you to document your dreams in a more detailed, specific fashion. Okay, so someone here could be very detail oriented and you just might need the tools and things, okay? But on any journey, on any trip, anywhere you go, you need the proper equipment, the proper essentials to take with you, okay? Somebody could be going on a trip. I'm seeing face essentials. Someone's name could be Nicole. I'm seeing like beauty products and essentials and blenders and creams and things, okay? So, yes, the Dreamcatcher Journal, sorry for the interruption, that happens sometimes over here. The Dreamcatcher Journal is definitely essential because you want to document your dreams. As we know, dreams are not just mini movies that play in our mind when we're asleep. That is us literally tapping into our own subconscious. Sometimes you may receive prophetic dreams. There are prophetic dreamers. And you might need to document those things accordingly so you can pick up the messages clearly, okay? And once you get into the habit of documenting them, the easier it will become to decode specific messages in the way that you essentially channel through dreams, right? Somebody could be a astral projector or astral projection in this energy is significant, okay? We'll get into the things when we get into the things. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're in for a ride today, okay? Took some time off. Now I'm locked and loaded with a lot of messages, okay? Fully locked and loaded. Okay, so the Dream Journal is equipped with prompts to guide you through remembering specific details, okay, in remembering your dreams. So check out the Dreamcatcher Journal. The last journal that I have is for people who receive divine downloads from the Most High Source Spirit, whatever you may call the lovely being that created us all, right? We don't discriminate here. We're all talking about the Creator. So, however that is referred to in this energy, just know that I'm talking about the Creator. I do not discriminate. However, certain messages call for me to describe that in a certain way, okay? So let's not be divisive and stuck on titles and assignments and labels, okay? Focus. So you can need grounding at this time. Remember to do your grounding work. The download journal, however, is a journal for those who receive divine downloads, as I said. Again, this is a journal that helps you document very detailed in a detail-oriented fashion to decipher and decode these messages that you're receiving. It has prompts in it as well to prompt you to remember specific details. Was there any vivid imagery that you could remember that you can draw down? There's a space for that. What senses were involved? Where were you when this occurred? Date, time, moon cycle, you name it, okay? This journal is key for those who receive divine downloads, okay? It's a one of its kind only journal, okay? This is something that I definitely could have used when I started my path. So I was guided to create one for the collective. So you have that available for your toolkit, for your book bag, okay? As we attend our spiritual and gifted classes, okay? So make sure you get all the things for your book bag so you're prepared for class, okay? Now, let's get into the energies, okay? So I tried to start recording this. This is going to be a longer message, so tap in, tune in. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, okay? Your views, your love, your support is always appreciated, okay? Remember, it's free to like. However, if you would like to donate to the channel, I will be linking my Cash App in the comments as well, so you can do that. Also, if you need further guidance on the journey, okay, through whatever means, readings, I am a life coach, I will link my email down below as well. Okay, collective, let's get into it. So that's why I usually save the business stuff for the end, because it's a lot. I hate piling that all on in the beginning, but you gotta do what we gotta do, okay? Gotta do my due diligence. I tried to channel this. I tried to complete this reading on the 1st, okay? Because I felt like, okay, new year, new us, this is what we're doing, okay? New school year, okay? But what's funny is I was already informed that I would be starting on the 2nd. And, of course, in a rush to do things, we often get ahead of ourselves. I'm seeing a cart before the horse. So remember to not put the cart before the horse. Do as you're divinely guided and trust you are being divinely guided, collective, okay? Don't be hard-headed now, okay? Let's not get put in spiritual detention down to the gifted school, okay? Because we weren't listening. We'll have to come up with a name for our school, collective, okay? Let's get into this energy. If you've been here for a while, you know that I have been channeling practical magic. It's kind of been weaving in and out of my messages for some time now. And I knew what it was all about. So I'm actually glad to get it off my chest. However, let's put a pin in that, okay? This is a 204 message. If you haven't been here yet, just know we're heavily coded over here. So if I say it's 204, which all my messages usually are, it is heavily leveled, okay? There are divine, distinct levels to this shit, okay? And so whether that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, individually, this may resonate with you. This may be a esoteric message, a spiritual message, a message that applies in the 3D. It might apply in the 5D, okay? It might be in the physical realm or the spiritual realm. It might apply to you individually, you locally, okay, in your local vicinity. This could be in a larger geographic location. I'm seeing 1 mile radius. This could be generally speaking. This could apply to the world. This could apply, you name it. There's levels, okay? So there's levels to everything I say. Heavy 204, 504. This reading definitely is. That means there's a war out in these spiritual streets, or, anywhere else. There's levels to this. So, whatever level you hear it on, collective, let's turn on our listening ears, our listening eyes, and focus, okay? Our thinking ears, our thinking eyes, and tap in and tune in, okay? Whatever level you hear it on, that's the level you were meant to receive it on, okay? So just like any movie, I'm hearing any scripture, any book, anything heavy on the Bible. Something about the Bible is very significant. I got somebody heavily religious in my energy, Christianized is what I'm getting, or somebody's name is Christian or Christina. These things come to you on whatever level you're meant to receive them, okay? So, okay, just like any piece of art, I, of course, am a work of art. And speaking is an art form as well, okay? Channeling is an art form as well. So understand that different people will walk away with different interpretations. Just trust and know that you were meant to receive what you got from the messages, okay? All right, y'all, let's get into this practical magic, okay? So, Practical Magic is a movie that came out in 1998 with Sandra Bullock and why do I always forget this lady's name? With Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, Diane West, Stalker Channing, Aidan Quinn. Any of those names could be significant. Bullock and Kidman play sisters Sally and Jillian Owens. Nickname Sal and Jill, that could be anyone's name, or Jilly Bean, that could be significant, okay? Those are nicknames though. Who descended from a long line of witches. Raised by their aunts after their parents' death from a family curse, the sisters were taught the uses of practical magic as they grew up. As adults, they must use their magic to destroy the evil spirit of Jillian's abusive boyfriend before it unalives them. So this movie was released on October 16th, 1998. A Libra could be significant. Libra season could be significant. It took place in Massachusetts. That could be significant for someone as well. Someone's last name could be Owens or Owen as a first name, okay? So I'm seeing elopes. Okay, let's slow it down. How this movie was described with reviewers, it had a mixed review. Some people not understanding the plethora of genres within it, okay? So people didn't understand the different genres, including supernatural fantasy. See what I'm saying? There's levels to this. All this might apply to someone. Supernatural fantasy or supernatural things. DV, okay? I'm hearing SA as well. I got that earlier. Romance and crime. Okay, so it's a lot going on in this energy. The sequel, Practical Magic 2, is scheduled to be released on September 18th, 2026. As they receive their own cult-like following is how it was described. So cults could be significant or coven. Cults or covens could be significant, okay? Clearly, we're into the Harry Pottery of things, collective. Clearly, we are not the only ones in magic class. I've been getting a lot of Harry Pottery. energy. Okay. Harry Potter could be significant. I'm hearing the Sorcerer's Stone and something else. Okay, but the Slytherin guy, Severus Snape or Horace Slughorn could be significant. Okay, so what I take from that is, right, there are witches of light and witches of dark. We'll get into the themes of the things, but that is definitely the theme of this message, okay? Those who work in the light and those who work in the dark, possibly quite literally, okay? Something about the light and the dark is significant and the fine line between it, okay? Basically, okay, what I got in the download was people are trying to disremember to live with themselves for what they've done in your energy collective or in the collective energy as a whole. I'm just getting someone who moves egregiously throughout communities. Okay, I'm seeing like a vampiric energy who kind of siphons energy from anyone and anything around them. That's what I got. So we'll get into it, okay? They are trying to live a tomorrow free from the past and disremember, disregard, disassociate, okay? All of that, all of this is significant, okay? But the necessity, but it is necessary to confront, but the necessity of confronting painful history for true freedom is becoming evident. These people are realizing, recognizing that they cannot disremember, disassociate, act like things didn't happen. They are being forced to remember, to recall all the things that happened, okay? I'm getting beloved energy that came through the channel as well. Baby, we not getting into that because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. And woo, I will have to watch that 92 more times. But that is the energy, heavily spiritual in the energy, okay? But practical magic is significant. A family of witches is significant. Somebody's name could be Sal. Jelly bean is significant. Somebody could like jelly beans, okay? Something about those things are significant, specifically sisters. In the movie Practical Magic, the theme was sisters through and through, okay? I'm hearing sisters, the Sanderson sisters. So Sanderson or Sanders could be someone's name. Saunders, Silas, those are the names I'm getting, okay? So let me just go through the names right now so we can get it over with, okay? Maya, Cameron, Layla, Kaya, Lisa, Samantha, Naomi. Something about ramen is significant. Toilet paper, a clogged toilet, plunger could be significant. The number 44 is significant. The color orange is significant. Naranja. Somebody could be Spanish speaking, Navajo, or somebody could be Native American. More names. Taylor, I'm hearing Tay. Eve, Gabriella, East Ohio could be significant. TP, initials could be significant. TM or Tom is significant. Monica, Coraline, the name in the movie is significant. Smiths or Smith is significant. I'm getting Agent Smiths. Okay, so NPCs. Raymond is significant. I'm hearing Ramona, Maria. Okay, and I almost said that like in Spanish, you know what I'm saying? With a Spanish accent. So somebody definitely is Spanish speaking in this energy. You can speak French as well. Robert, I'm hearing Roberto. Detroit, Mario, Alex, and Alexa is significant. Horseshoe or horseshoe shapes are significant. That's like crescent moon energy, divine femme. All right, boom. Okay, so a family of witches is significant. Okay, specifically sisters. Okay, opposing dark versus light. So we could have sisters in the energy. One is light, one works of the light and one is of the dark. One is a light worker and one is a dark worker, I guess you could say. Is there a word for that, y'all? Comment down below. But instead of working in tandem, somebody's name could be Tandy, okay? I'm seeing the girl who plays in the Tyler Perry movie, No Good Deeds. And you know what they say, no good deeds go unpunished, which is a weird saying if you ask me, okay? But instead of working in tandem, these sisters have ended up in a sibling rivalry, okay? For one reason or another, okay? Because one of them has love all over them, coming for them, or they just embody that love energy, that empress, goddess, high priestess is what I'm hearing. Divine feminine energy. Thank you, Spirit. I couldn't get the words out. Good Lord. You could be having trouble expressing yourself. Someone in this energy is having trouble expressing yourself, okay? But cycles are definitely significant. Ages and stages are significant. So I'm getting there's a significant age gap between you and this sibling, okay? And remember, in spirit, okay? Energies aren't genders, okay? So I'm getting feminine energies though. Definitely could be two female sisters. I'm heavy in the sisters. I've been getting sisters, mothers, aunts, all the things, okay? Aunts are significant, right? Um, so instead of working together, there's a sibling rivalry going on. I'm hearing the Most High is tired of it. It is exhausting. It's giving themes of the Technicolor coat with Joseph, I believe it was. And because he was, blessed and highly favored, right? His family, his siblings were pitted against him. Something about pit is significant. You could have went to Pitts, that's a university, live in Pittsburgh. A Steelers fan could be significant. I'm seeing black and gold, black and yellow. I'm hearing that song, black and yellow, black and yellow. Also, the show, The Pit, could be significant. That was also filmed in Pittsburgh, okay? That's something I just learned and I have to tap in and tune in to watch. Also, in Pittsburgh, there is a amusement park called Kennywood. Somebody's name could be Kenny. Okay. That's just giving me so many different channels. Don't tell mom the babysitter did. Okay. But there's in the amusement park, there's something called the Pitfall. I don't know what it's called in other amusement parks. They have it too, but it's just where you go up and it drops down heavy. Okay. So something is dropping heavily. Okay. I don't want to say it. I'm being forced to say it, okay? I don't call this energy in. I'm just a divine messenger delivering divine messages. What I just saw quite literally is several things are coming to my mind. The fall of the House of Usher, all about family lines and bloodlines. Oh, reaping what they've sown and kind of the sins of the father bestowing upon the children, okay? But with the pitfall, like I said, it's just that heavy drop thing ride that most amusement parks have. That's I don't even want to say I'm fighting against myself to say it. Somebody could be fighting against them. Yeah, somebody's having an internal war, trying to forget what they've done, okay, but they're having a major pitfall, a major tower moment. And when I say major, I mean excruciatingly major. I am being shown the Final Destinations Bloodlines movie. I heard series in my mind, but the movie, okay. In the movie, a massive tower looking building falls. Okay, so I'm hearing this is monumental or monumentous, Monuments could be significant. Oh no. Take that as it resonates. There's levels to this. Anywho, moving right along. Okay, so someone is having an extreme tower. Mayo could be significant. Don't worry about how I got there. This is goddess math, okay? Tap in, tune in, collective. Do you have your notebooks ready? Papers out, journals out, notebooks open, pencils up, eyes forward. Let's take some notes, okay? I can't share these notes because they're all over the place, baby. Okay, I'm seeing tally marks. Oh my God. I definitely should have showed you guys my paper. I have the notebook I chose that I was guided to use today is not my normal notebook. Spirit just said, just jot some things down in this one. Why don't you? Right? So we can throw it away. Right? So I jotted down. Right? And I'm going to include a picture. I must. It says take a picture. I am done. Okay. I'm going to include a picture. This is too crazy to be true. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. It's actually my child's notebook. A girl child could be significant. Okay. Genesis could be significant in the Bible. Lord, take us through where we've been to go because we ain't never going to get there if you allow me. Buckle up, collective. This is about to be a long little ride to wherever you going with Miss Frizzle today. You know, you don't know where you going with her. She don't really know where she going half the time, but we going somewhere and it's definitely important for your learning experience, your learning journey. I'm hearing journal. Journal is significant, okay? Somebody definitely needs journals, okay? Tap into the things. On this paper, I have a massive amount of tally marks. This is my child's notebook, and it has green tally marks all over it. Somebody's in big trouble, okay? I just saw fire. I'm hearing fire and brimstone. Oh no, Eve and the apple child. Oh, don't take everything literal. Somebody's name could be Harry. Someone could like pottery. All right, let's tune back in. Okay, so the Most High's tired of this sibling rivalry, so it got to come down. There's spiritual warfare going on between siblings. I'm hearing within someone's own house. Bloodlines are significant. So this is a family of witches turning against one another or turning against the chosen one. Neo is significant. As I said, Agent Smith's earlier, right? Thank you for that confirmation, Spirit. So quite literally, collective, of course, if you're here, you're tapped into your purpose, you're tuned into your path, your journey, right? Specifically spiritually. And that ascension kind of brings out the darkness in others. Your light highlights the darkness. That's what it's intended to do. Unfortunately, what no one warns you is getting onto that path kind of puts a target on your back. It sets you up to be crucified. There's no other pleasant way to say that. This is what the Bible is intended to teach us, that embarking on this path, being a spiritual leader, going on your path, your higher calling, focus on where the Most High is calling you to go, whether it's whatever it is. Okay, we talked about that in the beginning. But once you focus on your purpose and your path, everything will be turned against you, even in your own family, because the 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 enemy, the darkness, if you will, right, doesn't want us to ascend. They need us fear-based. They need us operating in our lowest vibrational energies, vibrating out of that root chakra, having our heart chakra all blocked up, doing all kind of nefarious things to self and one another. Okay, so you getting on the path and the journey really turns up the heat. Okay, fire signs are significant. All signs are significant. I just heard air, earth, fire, water. Okay, all signs are significant. Somebody could like candy, jelly beans. Okay, anywho, mints are significant. I'm hearing mint condition. Okay, So you've quite literally kept your Technicolor coat in mint condition, okay? We're speaking esoterically here. If you catch my drift, you catch my drift, okay? 629 could be significant. That could be somebody's birthday. I'm getting 926 as well, okay? Implicative inverses. You could like math. I sure as heck don't. You know, if you do, please let us know who you are because you keep tapping into this energy and we got to keep doing math lessons. Okay, but the math ain't mathing. Why would you attack the one that you know is supposed to ascend? We've seen these stories time and time again. Okay, and how many people got to fall by the wayside is what I'm hearing. People, okay, you have a religious family. So this doesn't have to be a cult or coven in the sense of the Harry Pottery of things, okay? Down to the witchery, okay? It could be quite literally people in religious sectors and religions coming against one another themselves and specifically the chosen one to break the generational curses off of the lineage, okay? It was destined. This is prophecy. It happens. The Bible, all these scriptures are meant to teach you and tell you that, yes, you will be tested. Yes, weapons will form, but they shall not prosper. The movie Weapons can be significant. Collective. Now, y'all know I was supposed to watch it, and I watched it, and we're going to channel it when we channel it. Woo, heavy spiritual warfare. That was another movie about the witchery. Okay, let's continue. They're not understanding how after all they're not understanding how you're still standing against all the odds, against everything and everyone coming after you, against your own personal towers falling in your life. I'm getting someone had to face multiple towers. 9/11 could be significant. You could be a Virgo. I said that. 11/9 could be your birthday. Scorpio energy. I already said all the signs, okay? Double confirmation for somebody. Okay, but you can be in this energy of 236 is significant. Okay, so February, March, June. Okay, that's significant for someone. Someone needs like extra confirmation and affirmation because maybe you're doubting it. Okay, you had to face all these internal warfares yourself and kind of get through to the other side. Okay, and what we understand or what you should understand on this journey, on this path, you have to face yourself, your inner demons. You have to face your own darkness, do the shadow work, do the heart work, do all the things, all the journaling, get through the things, face your emotions, face those sides of yourself that you don't like looking at. Mirroring is significant. Mirror magic could be significant, okay? But I'm hearing someone mirroring your energy. But you have to get past all that. You have to literally face the man or woman in the mirror, okay? And come out on the other side. Yeah, this is me. This is, me, the good, bad, and the ugly. And this is what it is. And come to that accepting, that radical truth and acceptance. Get on your path, work with your spirit team, ascend, right? Right. They don't understand how you are still standing against all the odds. Family coming after you, exes, loved one, lovers, jobs not going well. I'm hearing crashing and burning. And they're not understanding how you are still standing, right? Through these different cycles of your life. But you understand, collective. If you don't, I need you to understand these are just stages, okay? They're not meant to last. Weapons will form, but they shall not prosper. Remember, we're taught that, okay? So these different cycles that you're going through, you have to go through constant deaths and rebirths to become whole again, okay? Oh, I just read a scripture. I forget what it was, but basically you have to be, I want to say it's Isaiah 42:11 or 42:12. Something about having to be put through the fire, okay? Basically that was the teachings of Christ, of Jesus, of Christ, okay? Yahweh could be significant. Those initials YAHWEH, okay, could be significant, okay. that could be what you prefer to call, right? Let's not focus on names and divisiveness. I hate saying names and hearing humanoid characteristics. Yikes. Shout out to our star family. um, but you are choosing to evolve, and you have to understand that your evolution, number one, sheds a light on the people who are unable to or unwilling to. Number two, it makes them feel insecure and all warm and evil inside. Okay, not warm and fuzzy. Okay, so now there's a rivalry, specifically a sibling rivalry at the height of this. Okay, so your siblings is mad that you're getting onto your path and purpose. Okay, I'm hearing they knew you was the one. So, what are we even talking about? Okay, but what they're not understanding is different ages and stages occur. Through different ages, you go through different stages, okay? So, you have times of birthing children, birthing ideas and projects, transitioning things, transitioning jobs. I'm seeing hair growth, hair loss, all of that could be significant, okay? I'm hearing these are the things they wanted for you, okay? Anything negative. You proceeded and persisted on the path of purpose, okay? And you are prosperous for it, or you will be prosperous for it. You are showing great progress. Spirit wants you to know that, okay? They're not understanding that you're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to go through these stages of each age with gratitude, okay? With love and light. You're not supposed to hold on and cling on to things that you're supposed to grow from. These people are scared to fly, quite literally. As we get older, we shouldn't stagnate, okay? These people are in a childish mindset because they haven't grown. Somebody could like to play horseshoes. Horses are significant. I'm getting heavy ancestral energy in the energy. So any of those names that I listed before, specifically Rob, Robert, Roberto Clemente, I did just see him. Hello. Okay, bridges are significant, okay? But you are intended to bridge the gap between the spiritual and the physical. Okay, that's why I went on that big rant earlier. You are intended to be the bridge between the ancestors and the newer generations, right? The ancestors and the descendants, okay? The ancestors and the further down the lineage, right? You're meant to be that bridge, okay? What I'm getting is this sibling could have felt like they were meant to, or they were actually meant to, or y'all were supposed to work in tandem to kind of bridge this gap, okay? So if you are experiencing heavy, and I do mean heavy, spiritual warfare at this time, a lot of things going on in your energy. What I'm picking up is, thank you for confirmation, Spirit. One, you were always meant to do this. So fate has a way of always calling you back. That's giving me John Wick ballerina. We'll tap into it when we tap into it. Table that. Okay, class, just put that on one of your tabs, okay? We'll circle back to that, okay? I'm hearing a round table was significant. So this was a round table affair. This was a family affair, okay? But yes, destiny has always and will always find a way to play out, right? So if you were destined for a certain path, honey, it don't matter what kind of side quest you go on, you're going to get to where you need to go. And if you don't go there willingly, oftentimes it's by force. So now things are being forcefully taken out of people's lives is what I'm getting. You probably had to be forcefully taken out of some people's lives, or people had to be forcefully taken out of your life. Jobs, places, people, things, all the things that aren't meant for you are supposed to shed off, and we're supposed to let that go. These people remain stagnant, okay? So with that being said, okay, you're on your path and your purpose. Someone is set in their ways, determined to get their way by any means necessary, okay? And what I was trying to say earlier, somebody don't want me to say it because I was about to skip right over it. One, you were always destined for this path. Okay, so towers were going to be significant in your life anyway to shed those layers to get you onto this path, right? Right. What I'm getting is you had a sibling or someone else who was supposed to help bridge this gap. This is for some of you, not all of you, okay? And now, instead of helping you, they've waged war against you. So you're having to defeat, basically, spiritually, what was destined to come against you anyway in your own family, but your witchery ass sister. So you can have a sister who's heavy into religion or spirituality, praying against you, praying on your downfall, emphasis on the correct spelling of praying. Okay, prayers can be significant. You need to pray more often. Okay, cleanse your energy. Make sure you are keeping up with your spiritual hygiene. I'm hearing at least 2 times a day. Okay, so you are not only facing your own towers, facing the people, the weapons that were formed against you, okay, that were never going to prosper. You have to face those as well as what this person would have faced if they were to help you. So you are quite literally dealing with double towers because somebody else was supposed to help you bridge this gap. And I'm just hearing it's going to be hell to tell the captain because not only are they not helping you bridge the gap, they are coming against you, throwing negativity, evil eye, monitoring spirits. Okay. They could be all of the things. And it doesn't have to be someone with a literal cauldron or candles or jars. Okay. Wow. You could have a sister like that. Some of us do. Okay. You could have a sister who pray, oh, I pray nothing works out for them and blah 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 blah. She don't deserve this, da da da. He doesn't deserve that. He don't need no more. He's already favored. This is the parents' favorite. Moms are significant. I'm gonna say it, mom's favorite, and this has to do with money. I'm seeing wills. I'm seeing insurance. Okay. It could be any of the things. There's levels to this. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it applies, then catch this vibe collective. If it doesn't, just let it fly. It's cool. Don't take it personal. Okay? But don't take it personal. Somebody needs to read the 4 agreements. Don't take anything anybody does personal. Remember, we battle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities. Somebody is quite literally battling against their own flesh and blood, and I'm hearing it's quite sickening. I concur. Okay, but these people have a childish mindset, determined to get their way by any means necessary. This is a bad seed. This is okay. So if you ever watched The Bad Seed, I love a good black and white movie. If you couldn't tell, check out my last reading. Okay. Somebody's willing to beg for it. Okay, so people are begging for forgiveness, or they will be made to beg for forgiveness. Okay, I'm just seeing lashes. Okay, people are getting their lashes. Somebody could wear lashes, and that could be a telltale sign. That could be significant. Okay, but in the movie The Bad Seed, Rhoda. Okay. Oh, I have the prettiest mother. Oh, I have the sweetest mother in the world. Very charming, very nice, very playing her part. And she was a serial killer as a child. So someone has been a bad seed. Lord, I'm hearing the Antichrist since a child, or just embodying the negative energy. Lord, we don't want to say that, right? Okay, but there's a specific scene. Okay, the bad seed also basically refers to someone with, I'm hearing narcissistic psychopathy, someone who is psychotic, quite literally, someone who has, I'm hearing dissociative identity disorder. Someone has that, okay, in this energy. Take what resonates. That's not for everybody. I am not a doctor or a licensed professional. I am not here to diagnose, treat, medicate, or anything like that. If that is what you are diagnosed with, please seek the proper channels and the proper treatment. This ain't the channel for that. I mean, I can help you spiritually. I can read you down spiritually. That's all I can do for you. Okay. Deeds are significant. Deeds to things, houses, businesses, things are significant. This person is saying, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. In that movie, if you never watched it, the little girl was a very beautiful blonde pigtailed child who seemed very, very seemingly perfect on the outside, but rotten to the core on the inside. A bad seed. Okay. Apples could be significant. As we talked about Adam and Eve. Let's continue. Good Lord, this is going to be 4,000 minutes. So she kept saying, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. A boy she wanted everything to go her way. If it didn't go her way, she just unalived people. Okay. Yes, a child, watch it. It's a black and white movie. Cinematic masterpiece. Okay. But she was in competition with this boy in her class for best penmanship, and she was Little Miss Perfect. Somebody's name could be Leroy, okay? Rhoda, Rhonda, or Leroy. Those names could be significant. Rhode Island could be significant. I'm getting that whole area over there. Maine, what is that called? New England, New Hampshire. Football, New England people could be significant. Are those Patriots? Whatever. But fighting over this medal, he won for best penmanship in the class. Okay. And she felt upset because, of course, it belonged to her. It was hers. Everybody knows she has the best writing. La 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 la. So this sibling quite literally feels like you've attained something that should have been theirs. Okay. So I'm just hearing spirit say, let them have it. There's more where that came from. Okay. So don't fight, right, for things. If you're being guided to let things go, don't even engage with it back and forth. They want to have it. Like, go ahead. Okay. Backpacking could be significant. Somebody could go backpacking, hiking, or keep channeling this energy. They could take a hike out of this energy. Okay. But what ends up happening in the movie is the medal she wants for herself. You know, the boy gets it, and she basically unalives him, drops him in the river, child. It takes the pendant, takes the medal, and poor thing has been unalived. The mom of the boy knows something because she was the last one seen with him. But she has this pristine image. P's are significant. Somebody's name could start with a P. Pepsi could be significant. Okay, and Pep, somebody needs to prep. Somebody preppy. Cheerleaders, be aggressive, be aggressive, okay? Somebody is in rivalry over a relationship. Now I'm getting bride wars, okay? Somebody's mad you're intended to be someone's bride, okay? So she unalived the boy. She seemingly got away with it, right? But in the end, she really didn't. Psychopathy takes everything from everyone around them, like siphoning energy, this vampiric energy, as I mentioned before. The mother even tries self-eliminating herself for all that was done. That could be significant for someone. I'm just seeing someone like fighting themselves, like, oh, I'm getting a terrible scene. What is that? It's from a movie. Okay, someone really is having a hard time dealing with what they've done to you and your energy. Okay, but she thinks she gets away with it. Okay, but someone plays a trick on her, Leroy or Leroy. Okay, LR could be significant, RL could be significant. Okay, he basically tells her that he knows what she did. He's on to her. He knows that she was down there. There was blood, okay, on a stick, something. Child, that's The movie weapons. We're going to get into it. Okay. Blood on a stick is significant. Okay, so he was basically saying like she left evidence, so there's evidence of this, okay? Or someone was made to believe there's evidence of this. And I'm hearing no, there's actually physical evidence, okay? I'm seeing paperwork like being processed, a lot of paperwork going on, okay? Yes, okay. Forgery is definitely significant. Good Lord help us all. I'm hearing now someone will be forging, all right? All righty. 1111 could be significant. 111 is significant, as you know, I channeled this 111. If you don't know, it's a 10 year, 2026 equals a 10. That's a 1. Okay. Right. Think she got away with it. He tricks her into believing there's evidence. There's actually evidence in some people's situation. Take what resonates. Okay. If this is your situation, I'm seeing a law degree. Somebody could be a lawyer, or law enforcement is significant. Court cases are significant. Court documents are significant. Okay. Anywho, moving right along. With her mother in the hospital, okay, she tried to take a massive amount of pills. This might be a hard pill to swallow for some people. I already channeled this. Go watch that video. It's called This Might Be a Hard Pill to Swallow. Okay. There's like a warning sign on it or caution or something, you know. Okay. Even with her mom in the hospital, she goes home with her dad while her dad is sleeping. Mom is in the hospital for attempted unaliving. Okay. 988 can be significant. That is the crisis hotline for mental health crises. Okay. And support for people who feel like they're in crisis or feel like they may unalive themselves. Somebody attempting to unalive themselves is significant. I already channel. I got a jumper. I got to record that. She goes home with her father while her mom is in the hospital. It's raining and thundering. Raining and thunderstorms could be significant. Lightning and thunder could be significant. I'm getting Thor. I'm getting all the gods of the lightnings and the thunders, okay? Sky gods are significant, heavy on the gods, goddesses, angels, ancestors, protectors, spiritual teams, spiritual realm, all in the energy overseeing this situation. Because here what happened. If y'all didn't watch it, you about to learn something today. And if you don't know, now you know. Somebody could be from New York. Okay. So this girl goes down to a pier. A pier could be significant. A pear, you could be eating a pear, right? Like a friend. I'm hearing a lover, a consort. It was a consortium, okay? KW is significant. KW is definitely significant. KW is definitely significant, okay? She goes to this pier to try to get rid of evidence or look for evidence, okay? What happened? Struck by lightning, boom, she falls in because she has an umbrella or something because it's thunder and lightning. Whole time she got away. The whole time she thought she got away with it. This girl is literally skipping down the street in the middle of the night, in the middle of a thunderstorm, with a very cute raincoat, an umbrella, rain boot ensemble, might I add, okay? Yellow could be significant, dressed in yellow. Somebody's favorite color could quite be yellow. Somebody was very confident in this energy of doing this, okay? Very confident. Orange is significant, okay? So that's giving me solar plexus, sacral chakra, okay? So somebody was attacking your chakra system, attacking your confidence and your ability to do things and see things through to the end, okay? I'm here to do your job to the best of your ability. They were attacking literally everything. Now they can't live with themselves. I'm seeing comb. Somebody can be quite literally combing their hair out. Like they wanted hair loss and all the negative things for you, life-threatening illnesses, and they just reaped it for themselves. They're literally, every time they comb their hair, it's falling out. Okay, that could be, disease related. I'm getting what happens is when you get in this energy, when you play around with death or death magic, as they said in the Bloodlines, the Final Destination movie, stuff tends to get a little weird, okay? So you want to send that energy of endings out to other people. You're just destined to recollect, is what I'm getting, okay? Anywho, she was diabolical in her energy, bad from the start, wasn't trying to be good or do any good, wasn't trying to turn around the situation. Even when she thought she had got away with it, she could have got away with it if she just chilled. But no, she had to keep going on, kept persisting, okay? Oh, she was just very snotty and rude. It's mine. I want it now. Give it back to me now. Like, very arrogant and rude. This is someone who's loud, okay? What I'm hearing is a dichotomy of the two. This light versus dark sibling rivalry. Someone is dark, someone is light. It could be a complexion difference. This could be quite literally a racial discrimination. Someone could be mixed and one's not. One could have mixed characteristics and one's not. I'm getting, okay, somebody's Indian looking with Indian features. Puerto Rican, PR could be significant, RP could be significant, and the other one is not, okay? So this could be like colorism, this could be racism, quite literally, this could be, yeah, because somebody has, I'm seeing like somebody's mixed. So somebody has a white parent and the other person has black parents, okay? Like same mom, different dad, same dad, different mom, okay? Anywho, I'm hearing same mom specifically, okay? There are differences. It could be hair color. Like I said, something is different about these two, okay? Someone just does good for the good of good, and someone just is wicked. Somebody is larceny hearted, always trying to get away with stuff, very fraudulent, very manipulative, okay? I'm seeing social security numbers being used and manipulated. I'm seeing birthdays. Somebody is very manipulative and doing different things, okay, and very fraudulent, okay, and working the system to their advantage. 211 could be significant. 217, okay. 2012 could be significant, okay. What I'm getting is you're getting the message now. You are a high priestess. 211 is associated with the high priestess card in the tarot. 217 here on this channel, according to the gifted oracle goddess. You could let them know you heard it here first. 217 is associated with honor, okay? That was also in the movie Weapons. Ciao. Okay, so this person is being this person and their deeds are being shown, okay? I'm hearing their no good deeds, their nasty deeds are being shown, highlighted, and lightened upon. Now everyone is seeing that all of this negativity, this storm they cause, especially if they got people to go against you, okay? They're seeing that this is all rooted in jealousy now, okay? I'm hearing that supersedes everything. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't have went against you. They shouldn't have been so fickle, so easily manipulated, so gossipy, talkative, negative, slander. A lot of negative energy throwing things towards you, casting you aside, putting you in a pit, basically, with yourself, like forcing you to not only fend for yourself. I'm hearing you had to deal with other diabolical energies because you couldn't rely on family. Now people are hating themselves. I wish I could feel bad for you. A Leo could be significant. The birthday 5-4 could be significant. 4-4 is significant as a birthday. Just heavy protection. Know you are protected. If you are in a situation where you're having to find yourself out of, literally in a pit that you will have to pull yourself out of, just know that help is on the way, okay? A helping hand is on the way, okay? 4-4 is significant. 5-4, 10-3, 8-4, okay? So Taurus heavy in the energy, Libra heavy in the energy. I'm hearing Aquarius in the energy. Leo, did I say that? Virgo is always Scorpio energy, Scorpio season. Somebody is very scorpionic, and we know, we love our Scorpios, but you tend to be a little vengeful, you know what I mean? Okay. Sometimes, unfortunately, people seek revenge on things that they have framed in their own mind as a uh, grievance towards them. Okay, so sometimes people create this narrative that you've done something to them when all you've done is be your best self, and somehow they're offended, or you speaking up and speaking out and being honest about things dims their light. You're as radiant as the sun, and their light is as low as a candle, because they don't grow, right? They're stagnant. Okay, so they don't know how to keep their own self lit. Well, that light is fading. I'm here to tell you. Sorry to be the one to tell you. MH could be significant. Somebody's initials could be MH or HM. They could work in that field quite literally. Anywho, this person wanted to get their way by any means necessary, even unaliving by any means necessary. Okay? He or she is a narcissistic psychopath who drains the life out of everything and everyone. Let's get the definition of a narcissistic psychopath. I apologize. This is going on longer than I expected, but we got to do our due diligence. Okay, so I took the liberty of looking it up. I should have turned my camera on, okay? But a narcissistic psychopath, let's see. A narcissistic psychopath combines the grandiosity of narcissism with the cold, predatory traits of psychopathy, creating a highly dangerous profile. Their behavior presents as highly manipulative, exploitative, I hope I said that right, using charm and grandiosity to control and harm others without remorse. The key distinction is while a narcissist needs admiration, a narcissistic psychopath exploits others purely for gain or power, often lacking even the narcissist's underlying insecurity or emotional reactivity. Okay, so this is someone who is spiritually diabolical. Okay, I've written an article, a blog about narcissism and associating different types of narcissism with the seven princes of hell that go against, that attribute to, that reign over the seven deadly sins. Okay, right? You can offset these with the seven virtues. Okay, just ascending and being a good person. It's not really that difficult. NPD can be someone's initials. What I'm getting is someone has this dark triad personality, okay? The Machiavellian personality type, okay? Quite diabolical. Yeah. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with, honeys, if that resonates with you. Okay, but also what I got from this as well, I know we're going long. I have to get all the things out. I'm told this has to be one message. Trust me, I would wish it could be a 3-part series. This attributes to, as I said, the Eve and the apple is significant. Okay, somebody was tempted, bit into temptation. These people, this circle, this consortium, bit into the temptation even though they knew better. Okay, they were snakes in the garden. Okay, they were easily convinced by a snake in the garden, a snake in the family garden. Okay, to come against the chosen. Okay, also, in the biblical sense, what this came along with was the story of Cain and Abel, okay? We know those are the first children of Adam and Eve, right? Cain unalived his brother out of jealousy, okay? Again, we have another story, biblically speaking, okay? 7:07 on my timer, okay? This is getting in the way of your spiritual path, and it has to be eliminated. Your abundance, your luck, your inheritance coming through, okay? Your spiritual awakening, your spiritual path and ascension. These people wanted to get in between that because they know what comes with it. Divine purpose, love, marriage, kids, money, wealth, inheritance, all of that comes with it. So they needed to get in between it because if they can't have it, no one will, okay? So times are changing, okay? But I was drawn to the Cain and Abel story, okay? And basically the movie called Raising Cain. Somebody could be eating at Raising Cane's when you see this, okay? Or driving past, that could be significant, or that's somebody's favorite food, favorite meal. Okay, chicken and fries. Okay, I think that's all they serve. Something about their sauce is significant. So collective, yeah, you got the sauce. Okay, they're jealous of the sauce. Okay, throwing salt on my name. As I tell people, throwing salt on my name only seasons my sauce. Okay, now definitely delectable and delicious. Okay. Anywho, moving right along, Raising Cain is significant. That movie could be significant. Somebody could be born in 1992, but that was just about a child psychologist. Um, who had multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder. So someone is really dealing with someone with some strong mental health detachment. This is a fragmented soul. If you or a loved one experience dissociative identity disorder, okay, that's what it's called. I'm hearing legally, literally on the physical plane. I'm here to let you know spiritually that is a extremely that is an extremely fragmented soul. And because they haven't done the work, the fragments separate and go further apart and quite literally are breaking down into other fragments. Okay, so we have someone, I'm hearing a very injured spirit. Okay, um, oh God, help them, who possibly cannot be helped or saved by even the Most High, because again, this is someone who likes to pretend like everything is good and well on the surface when they are quite diabolical behind the scenes. Very, very, I'm hearing omnipotent, very ominous, very heavy, dark energy, very, just doing anything and everything by any means necessary. Malcolm X could be significant. Somebody could be Islamic. Okay. Nation of Islam could be significant. Okay. That keeps coming in. Somebody could be Arabic. Okay. There's a book about this. We'll get into that. Okay. I was supposed to ask. Okay. So, God help them. This person probably can't be saved because if they keep pretending, right? They're not doing the work to get better, so they don't want to get better, and they keep operating in this energy. I'm just hearing they must be taken out now by any means necessary. That force of nature quite literally might have to take them out. Like the Most High might have to literally like smite them. Like there's no other way to say it. Like I don't, or nefarious people and things tend to have a way of eliminating themselves. I'll just say that, like, okay, the trash always takes itself out at the end of the day. Okay, it could be quite literally. Okay, so if someone is dealing with this, I pray for you. Okay, but someone was very hell bent on getting their way. This person or people drain the life out of everything and everyone around them. because of their fragile ego needing to be in competition with each other, okay, with two sides of self. Okay, so like I said, someone is at war with themselves internally, and this manifests quite physically outside of themselves. So now they war with other people. Warring with two sides of yourself, you are a fragmented person. You have a personality disorder. You can just pull up the DSM-5, honey. You don't gotta believe me. You know, I only worked in that field for 14 years, but I'm not a licensed professional. So, you know, seek the proper channels to get the proper treatments and the proper diagnoses. Okay, let's make sure we're being honest when we go and report to our therapist and psychiatrist. Okay. And medication doesn't solve everything. Okay. You really have to do the work. There's no magic pill. This is the hard pill that people tend to can't swallow. There's no magic pill that's going to make everything okay, regardless of what you're dealing with. You have to do the work. But this person having internal wars causes external wars. Wars are significant on whatever level you take that at. Okay, collective? They do this with everyone around them, especially love interests. Yeah, I'm just hearing BOMBs over Baghdad. Okay, that song Atlanta could be significant. That's from Outkast. So you could quite literally be the outcast and they are throwing stuff at you. Okay, somebody in Atlanta, from Atlanta area could be significant. Your whole family could live there for all I know, right? Southern South Carolina, Southern Texas, Memphis, Houston, Mississippi, Detroit, Alabama, Calabasas, what? They do this with everyone around them, especially love interests. They can only pretend for so long. So exes are significant. Xavier, Javier is significant. People were meddling in this energy because they know collective. Here's where it gets good. After all that hoopla, right? You must be wondering, am I the drama? Heavy on Cardi B. Libras could be significant. Okay, this is giving me crows and ravens. Okay, let me be your divine messenger. As we know, birds are divine messengers. Don't be scared of them, collective. They're divine messengers. Did y'all know they could talk? We'll get into that in another reading. You might be seeing crows, ravens, blackbirds especially are significant, okay? Blackbirds especially are significant. BB could be significant. Nicknames could be significant. You have an X in your name as well. Plural on the X's in the energy. You have possibly several diabolical ass X's. Okay? If you know, you know, right? Who doesn't love a bad boy? But they know that you traversing this energy. They know that you continuously standing against all odds. I'm hearing standing ovation collective in the spiritual realm. Okay, somebody saying it could be Destiny, Desiree, Des, or Desi. Okay, last name Brown. Okay, heavy standing ovation in the spiritual realm. Okay, when you're seeing confetti and balloons and congratulatory messages, know that that is the spiritual realm showing you that you're being congratulated. I'm hearing heavily rewarded for whatever you're doing in the energy. Okay, so you're heavy lifting in the spiritual realm, doing the spiritual work, getting on your path to your purpose, to ascend to your destination and destiny, collective. Woo, you got them shooketh, honey, on all levels and all realms. Here in the natural realm, they're shook because they don't know what you're going to do next. No one human should possess all that power, is what I'm hearing. 717 on my timer. We are in divine flow. We are in alignment with the things, okay? I'm hearing galactic energy. Okay, so you quite literally possess the energy of the sun, of the stars. Okay, you're the star of the show. Someone could quite literally become a star from this, okay? Because you traverse so much, even if you don't want it. Sometimes that's what comes with the territory, okay? So you could be acquiring new thing. Let's claim it in the energy. Let's claim this down below in the comments. You know what I say? Claim it into the physical realm. Write it out, whether in the comments here, in your journal, wherever that is. Make your declarations for this upcoming season of the red fire horse. Okay? Of the red fire horse year, okay? Which technically starts in February. We ain't gonna get into it. But you're unstoppable. So let's claim it below, okay? I harness all the power of my ancestors, and I am confident in moving on in my purpose, in my path to ascend to my destination of destiny. Okay. I am reaping the rewards of my hard work and labor. Toil and labor can be significant. Okay. And I am receiving all of my abundance, my spiritual inheritance. Now I claim it in the physical realm. Okay. Receiving land, property, abundance in health, wealth, and everything else is what I like to say, okay? Claim it down below. Okay. Also in love, you have to wonder, why are people studying you so hard, reading birth charts, reading your energy, getting readings, casting spells, doing candle work, all this stuff to stop you, praying against you, recruiting an army, a nation of people against you, whole entire communities have gone against you and you haven't fallen. You must be wondering what the plot is, right? Plot twist. This is about love. Yes, I said it. This is about love. This is about a divine union. People are meddling so heavy in this because they know you are divine person and your divine person is coming into you. So two divine souls quite literally reuniting, okay? Reunited and it feels so good. So you might have already reunited with this person esoterically, behind the scenes, spiritually, and now that has to come into fruition quite physically, okay? Regardless of who likes it or not, I'm here and pack your bags. It's time to go. Okay, vacations could be significant to Houston specifically. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, okay? But some of these things could be Trinity, heavy on the Trinity energy in the energy, okay? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit had to have their energy all over this. I'm just seeing all the ascended masters all over this, okay? If you know, you know. This is about love. They know someone is ready to love. Excuse me. Oh my God, confirmation burp. So unladylike. They know someone is ready to love. I don't need to edit that out. Okay, so we won't edit that out. They know someone is ready to love. This is all because of a divine union. This is prophecy aligning. People are meddling because of this. I'm getting people peeking through their blinds to see what's going on, like spiritually trying to peek through the veil, doing the things, okay? Astral traveling, doing whatever they can to see what you have coming, who and what this is. It could be, they think it's a lottery, they think it's a millionaire coming. They don't know what it is or where it's coming from, and quite literally, neither do you, okay? But this could be a tea drinker. I'm hearing coffee dates, coffee person. Okay, you're a coffee person, they're a tea person. So you could be different from your person as well. Opposites attract. Don't let that deter you or deny you, okay? Defy that rhetoric in your head, okay? Opposites do and can attract, and you can find something good within it if you allow it, okay? But this is prophecy aligning. They've went through all the ages and stages, okay? This person that you're bringing in, this ain't a toxic ex. We're done with that. Exes are an ex for a reason. If you don't want them, don't talk about them, especially here, because I don't want to talk about mine. We ain't going to talk about yours. Got it? Good. Okay? This is a new, refreshed energy, whether you know them or not. They've went through the ages and stages. They've ascended. They've learned the lessons. They did the healing work, okay? This person in this energy coming towards you, these people both in this divine union, okay, you individually and your person have been medaled, okay? You have been awarded medals spiritually, okay? Medals are significant. Medals of honor, okay, are significant. I'm seeing 4 or 5-star generals, okay? Together, they'll be unstoppable. I'm just hearing burning blue in my head, okay? Together, they'll be unstoppable, and people know this, okay? Every realm has been waiting for this union. Go back to that video. I did a video on that. It's white and gold. White and gold could be significant. Pink, blue, and white is significant. Easter colors are significant. Easter time could be significant, okay? Springtime could be significant for this union. Okay, that could be when you tie the knot or when y'all come together physically. Take it as it resonates. Don't crucify the messenger this time, okay? But together they'll be unstoppable, and everyone knows this on every level. This is ringing bells on every level. You must know that, okay? People are watching. Yes, higher ups in the literal physical energy are watching, as well as the higher ups in the spiritual realm. I'm just hearing Galactic Star Family, Galactic Federation, okay? Everybody's watching. This is something that is unheard of. It's giving me the episode on Black Mirror. That show could be significant. That series could be significant. Also, Black Cake could be significant. Heavy on the black. Black, 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 black. This could be a black love story of the ages. But one of those episodes in Black Mirror, people were dating and doing all the things and just linking and doing the quick things, right? You know, swiping left, swiping right on each other, linking up, and they were supposed to see if they had chemistry to go the distance. There was one couple who found love, right? And they decided to, like, you had to keep dating and doing this like weird cycles. It was heavy on the cycles in this series. You had to keep dating and until they felt like you were a perfect match or whatever. I think that's how it went. Two people met each other and they loved and they were compatible. I'm hearing simpatico, okay? Simpatico. Okay, similar souls, okay? They felt this. The breeze is picking up as I say that. Thank you for confirmation, Spirit. They literally were compatible. They were feeling each other. They had this chemistry that was undeniable. Undeniable chemistry is significant. And lemons can be significant as well. But lemon laws are significant, okay? You had a lemon in a relationship, okay? So lemon laws is you have to be refunded and re-gifted a car, okay? Or a person or a thing. So something about that is significant, okay? You might need to look into that. But nobody wants me to say this. You see how I keep going left? Somebody's left-handed in this energy. Left-brained as well, okay? So somebody could be creative. Okay, one is logical, one is creative. Okay, you two are a dichotomy. Okay, you express different things different ways, but y'all work. Okay, but this person is very stern. You could be very lax. This person is very masculine. You could be very feminine. It's all the things. Okay, it's great. Don't worry about it. So just be fluid and flow with this energy. Okay, these people, they had this connection. Nobody wants me to say this. They had this connection, this unmatched union is what I'm hearing, okay? But they had this chemistry, okay? Undeniable chemistry. They had undeniable chemistry. Chemistry can be significant. You can like chemistry. Woo! Somebody can be a math person, another person's an English person, somebody likes science, and the other person like math. Some people like the stars, some people like, the earthly things. Okay, don't let that deter you, okay? There are other things you can resonate with, and maybe you're meant to teach each other those things so you can become whole in your knowledge, in your quest for enlightenment, okay? You're meant to teach each other, to teach and heal the world, okay? This love will be quite healing. Anyway, in this episode was one couple specifically out of the entire world. They had chemistry, okay? They had undeniable chemistry. And instead of playing the game, staying in the game, staying in the matrix, they planned an escape and escaped from the matrix of this weird dating world, right? And staying in the cycles of just smashing and passing and swiping left and swiping right on Tinder. Somebody be on Tinder or dating apps. I'm here. I'm here. I suggest you get off now, or you met someone on there. Anywho, they decided to escape the matrix, the game, this dating game, and embrace a connection that they felt was unmatched and was genuine. And they were all scared and they were like, playing this whole escape and this whole getaway. And they were scared they were going to get caught and lose their lives and all this stuff and be in trouble. And once they escaped and like made it over the wall, it was this big congratulations. Like that was the goal the whole time, to ascend to your highest self, meet your person who you have this undeniable chemistry with. Y'all link up, don't let fear stop you, and y'all ascend past the matrix, ascend past all playing the games, the dating games, the cycles, the BS, the drama, the karmic cycles with family, friends, lovers. Ascend past all of that, unite and cleave to each other, as the Bible says, and escape and live happily ever after. They know that's what's destined for you. And what comes with that is divine love, divine inheritance, divine children if you want them or if spirit wants them, right? Because we know sometimes it's not really up to us. And the life, the cats, the dogs, everything, right? The property, the land, things to build upon, foundations to build upon, structures. I'm hearing to set structure and foundation for yourselves, your lineages to come through you and after you, to set, I'm hearing a stable and staple. I just heard a water drop out of nowhere. What the fuck? To set a stable and to be a staple in the community, in a foundation. Stables could be significant, okay? But you will be building stable foundations in this energy for the world to replicate. You will be quite literally the model after which relationships are formed specifically for your race, right? This could be a Black love story that helps promote healthy Black love. This could be they don't really say that about other races, okay? So maybe that's significant, definitely, right? But this could be, I was hearing Arabically, okay? So in your religion, okay, this could quite literally set a healthy standard in your religion. Perhaps in your religion, you are called, I'm getting Muslims or Asians, okay? People who are quite literally trained to stay in these cycles of being with, I'm hearing arranged marriages, being with people who it's arranged or, it's culturally significant to stay within the culture or the religion, okay? So those themes are significant, remaining in those cycles, and you are quite literally meant to break that cycle, and you might not be aware of it, okay? But having that courage to get on your path, this is a part of your path. This is a part of the purpose, okay? Breaking away from society and those cycles and what they tell you to do and be who the Most High calls you to be, okay? You will serve a master, okay? You get to choose which one. This will be together. You'll be unstoppable. This is the love that has been prophesied for ages. Each stage will bring renewal and healing. Nothing can stop this, no matter how much anyone tries, no matter how much the matrix tries. This will be unstoppable. So you have to do your due diligence, and I'm hearing be healthy on your path and stay focused on your purpose. As you align, your purpose will combine, but you have to be comfortable in standing firm in yourself, okay? Standing against all odds, alone and with each other, okay? Standing up for what you believe in, being powerful in your purpose, okay? Not easily swaying one way or another. You guys are meant to coexist and create and teach each other and kind of form a whole sphere, is what I'm getting. Literally seeing a globe, okay? So, yes, this is going to set the world on fire, okay? But nothing can stop this, okay? Each stage will bring healthy balance, renewal, and healing for the both of you and the entire world, okay? This is very powerful, okay? So understand you were called to do a powerful thing. Nothing can stop this. Is protected, okay? Understand they were made specifically for each other. They've done the legwork behind the scenes and ready to reunite in holy matrimony, okay? So, yeah, exercise, do what you need to do while you are preparing for this energy. Get yourself healthy, motivated, feed your mind, body, and spirit so you can be ready for this union because it'll be quite healing for the both of you, okay? Progress beats perfection every time. So as long as you're making the progress, okay, spirit will be pleased, okay? That is all for this energy collective. I have kept you guys long enough. Thank you for tuning in and tapping in. If you made it to the end of this video, just simply comment, I am aligned and open to receive my divine union as the Most High sees fit. If you haven't done so, please like, share, subscribe. If you would like to donate to the channel, the things are down below, as well as the links for the journals on Amazon. Remember, you don't have to contact me. Easy breezy, beautiful, okay? Until next time, go in love and light, collective. Seek purpose, not just paychecks. And always do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And until next time, peace, y'all.